Welcome to Spilling the Tequila, the podcast that brings the tequila spilling energy without the hangover. My name is Grace.
And I'm Sonny Joe, and welcome to Spilling Tequila. We're laughing because we're so new to doing video debuts. I'm also laughing because it looks like we've got
self-conscious.
We've got like airplane headsets on, like
like turbulence.
Anyway, take over, Grace.
Anyway, welcome to a very special bonus episode. We're dropping these bonus episodes now because if you haven't put two and two together, which I'm sure you have, Sonny and I are big in the Bravo sphere. We both watch the Housewives franchise, and Sonny's now dabbling in the other Bravo shows as well.
I am.
Which you would already know from our previous episode about Southern Charm. So we've decided every week we're going to drop a special Bravo bonus, which is where we recap what's gone on in Housewives, and once Sonny joins aboard, the below decks, the summer house, the winter house, the etc., we can sprinkle those into. But yeah, we're just going to review it, and Sonny and I don't always see eye to eye on the Housewives, which makes it always a little bit interesting. So I thought
Just to add something in as well, exclusive if our viewers don't know, if they're listening to this episode, Spilling the Tequila is going to Vegas. So follow us, tune in, because you're going to get all the Spilling the Tequila, the tea, from our podcast.
Live from Vegas, baby. It's going to be huge. Huge. I'm probably going to cry, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought maybe for this one, like we should start from like the beginning of the week. So like the first episode of the week is The Real Housewives of New York, the new reboot. And in this episode, casting my mind back all that time, they are going on their vacay. Where did they even go? I always think arugula, but that's the lettuce.
Which we call rocket in Australia.
Anguilla? Is that where they went?
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say something right off the bat, which is what I've said since the first episode. You know that I always like to give people a chance. But from the first episode, I said, I'm happy to be proven wrong, but I know I don't like Bryn. Happy to be proven wrong, though. And obviously, Jenna's
why don't you like
best
Bryn?
Ever. I had a really bad vibe from her from the beginning. I guess I find, look, at the risk of sounding like a total bitch, which who cares? It's the Housewives. Like, you're obviously putting yourself out there. I respect anyone who goes on Housewives because you put yourself in that situation, which is like such a huge thing. And obviously in life, it's just fact, not everyone is going to like you. No matter what you're like, no matter who you are, there's going to be people who don't like vibe with you, gel with you.
Correct.
I don't like Bryn because I find her, I think her need to flirt with men comes from like some sort of like insecurity, or there's something there where she needs more. And I just found it a little bit like her need to flirt, or her importance to like talk about guys or talk to guys, would overtake the importance of her friendships, which is the vibe I got, which is what I was saying I was happy to be proven wrong about. But obviously last week we saw her, you know, like at Erin's vow renewals, flirting with her husband, and I wasn't like very keen on that. I was sort of team Erin on that. And then
can I add in?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so adding into that, and we're early into this to the new season of New York.
Yes.
Housewives. I don't have a problem with Bryn. I think Bryn is stunning. Not that you don't find her stunning. This is just my opinion. I think she's stunning. She's also the younger single, but she's single. She's been engaged 3 times and stuff. I like her because I find that we're only, they filmed this for 6 months of the year, and we're only getting, you both know, we've both been on a reality show. They both edit what is going to edit in, so you can't get enough of who they are. So if we were in the group of friends with Bryn, I think where she flirts, like it's like when you watch a show, I have a friend like that. It's kind of like she's pretty, she's bubbly, she's fun, and it's kind of like play flirting, right? So it's just kind of like everyone knows she does that and stuff. I think
Yeah.
Erin, and Erin's one of my favorite. I think
Mhm.
Erin overreacted and stuff only because she is friends with Erin. They sleep in the same bed together and things like that. She always jokes calling Erin's husband AB baby, blah, 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 all these things. So when she was at the engagement, the renewals for the wedding and stuff like that in New York, I don't think there was anything weird about her saying, "Oh my God, AB baby, you're here." Like, so if you don't get married, like, I've got me on the card. That's just her just being funny because she's friends with him. She isn't
No,
a random person trying to hit on him and stuff like that.
no,
She's
no.
just, and he laughed and he found it funny, but he had to take his wife's side. He even said, Erin, like it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. But then he just chose his wife's side because you always got to back up your wife, because he realized that his wife, when she the reef thing saying like, hey, like this, and he's like, no, fuck her, blah blah blah. He's doing that just to you got to support your other half, and I get why he did that. But
That's
if Erin turned,
okay.
yeah,
I also think Erin overreacted. I don't think that like what she's doing is malicious. But what I was going
no,
to say is why this ties into this week of why I don't like Bryn is that when Jenna says in the episode, like I'm flying down early, I want to get the tan and I want to fly first class or whatever, right?
yep,
To me, the first class thing, that's not even a big deal. If you want to go down early because you want to fly up the front of the plane, like power to you, sis. Like
I agree with that. I
spend
agree
your
with that.
money, go for it. What
Yep.
I didn't like about Bryn, which is what ties back to this whole thing of like not supporting your girlfriends or like being more about like let me be at the forefront, let me put myself forward a bit more, is the fact that she says to Jenna, Jenna's got this skin condition, this genetic condition, which I believe affects her whole body. I mean, you see like her teeth, she's got no hair. It's pretty like fucking intense what she's got going on.
Correct.
And when she says that's a cop out, Jenna, I just thought, do you know what? I don't actually think you're there for your girlfriends, because if I went on national TV saying, look, like I've got this problem with my teeth, I've got no hair, I have to wear fake eyelashes because I've got no eyelashes, I've got my skin condition, and like to be completely honest with you, you're all perfect, you're the perfect women, and I feel like shit, and that's a me problem because that's just fact for me. And then my friend said to me, that's a cop out, Grace. Guess what? You're not my friend. You obviously are thinking more about yourself in this situation than embarrassing me on national TV by saying that I'm like a little bit of a liar. I don't know.
Mm.
I just thought it was really rude and mean spirited, actually. And whether she was a little bit drunk, like obviously can do. But yeah, I just thought like, do you know what? If someone said to you that's a cop out, Bryn, if Erin said, if Bryn just said, oh yeah, but I was just like flirting with your husband because I always do, and Erin said that's a cop out, Bryn would have been like, no, it's not, no, it's not. Like that's what I mean. I don't like that double standard of people.
Speaking of Jenna, we've both had a discussion about her,
Oh.
Jenna Lyons. Literally such a good housewife. I think I said to you on the phone last week. I was like, love Jenna, love her car, love who she is. And I said the thing of what I love about Jenna, as you said as well, she's actually the one that's like famous and not
Yeah.
trying to be famous. She's very well respected in the fashion world. She's the only housewife that's probably ever been invited to the Met Gala, as you said, which is so true. And by her doing Housewives, I don't think she's trying to be famous. I think it's like another business outlet for her because she's so successful. But what I love about Jenna, which I said to you, is we uploaded an episode, something to do with Bravo the other week. And when you at people on Instagram and stuff. So obviously we at the cast, it's an episode. They might listen to our podcast or what so. None of them opened Like, none of them opened up the Instagram. Not that we care about that, but Jenna, she looked at the story, she hearts us, she likes us and stuff. And I said to you, she's the one that's the most famous that has all this credit and stuff like that. And the other ones are like, oh, you guys are nothing. You're a podcast from Australia that we don't know about. You guys aren't celebrities, blah, blah, and all these things. God knows what they're thinking. Or maybe they do have 100,000 messages, but Jenna has more followers than them. So for her to just do a single heart or accept it or seen something, I just think she's way more down to earth because she's not trying to be famous. She's just a genuine person, where the other ones, I think people who have Instagram that are influencers stuff, like, oh, I think they look at it like, who are you? No, I'm not acknowledging that, or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong because I'm not an Instagram person, so I don't know really how it works. I just felt like she's like the most down to earth Jenna. Jenna and Erin's my favorite so far.
I really like Erin too.
And
what
Erin's
else?
down to earth as well. She's really down to earth. Like, she works hard, she does her thing. And you know what I love about Erin? When she was like, I think it was like in the first or second episode, I think it was the first episode where they're at the party and she says to Bryn, like, let me talk to you. Like, come to the other room. If you want to sort this out, I'll talk to you, not in front of everyone, so we can discuss this. And then Bryn's sitting there scared, like, what? And then Erin turns and goes, I'm not going to punch you in the face. Get in the room. What the hell? Like, that's what I like about Erin. She's so real.
Honest.
Because I think people there's a difference between reality TV where people are trying to put in a persona like, this is what the viewers would like. And they always say in reality TV, never try to act a persona to try to get viewers to think you're this. Just be yourself, because when you're being yourself, that's when you turn into a character like Sonia or Luann or Ramona, or Craig from Southern Charm. It's so unique because they're trying to do it because they know on a reality show you can tell. Like, you can tell.
Yes, you can tell. And I will also say about Jenna that not that I'm looking at myself thinking like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm so chic, I should go to the Met Gala. Not that at all. But I think that she's the first person who's been a housewife that's like a little bit different. And that sounds like it's a bad thing, but it's not. It's just that she's not really that cookie cutter mold, which is like this like perfect like modern woman, whatever that is, right? She's got all these little quirks and these things which these girls are like tearing to fucking shreds for some reason. But
well, you said they're jealous of her, but I agree with you.
I believe that, or intimidated. But Jenna's like the first housewife that I've watched that I thought, oh, do you know what? Like, when you say all this stuff, it reminds me of me, not because I'm at your level, but because you are so normal and you're an anti-housewife, if that makes sense.
And I was watching it with my friend Heidi, who you know, and I got her into like, you need to watch Housewives of New York, the new one. And she said like, when Jenna was talking, saying like, I don't really go on girls' trips with that many girls. This is new for me. Like, I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah.
My friend was like, I can relate to that. Like, she's very relatable and stuff like that.
Very relatable.
Yeah. And she's quirky the way that she talks, and she doesn't think she's better. And she's just very switched on. And one thing that annoys me, Grace, is like how all the girls are going, like Jenna's giving us presents, and it's just like labeling like Jenna Lyons. Let me tell you, if anyone that I know that weren't even my friends giving me all these gifts of face creams or shirt and I had their name on it, I'd be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Is she asking for them to put it on their social media? No, she didn't ask him. It's their choice if they want to do it. And I don't think she needs their help or putting on social media. She's ready. Everyone knows who Jenna Lyons is. She doesn't need help with that. She's just got presents.
Yes.
I know.
She doesn't need it.
She's got all these collaborations that she does and stuff like that. And she's actually so nice that she probably has a lot of stock. And when you have stock, I would give it to my friends as well. Hey, this is my new jacket that I've got out. Here's one for you. I would give it to my friends. So the fact that they're reacting like that, where they're turning it into a negative, that's really weird. Because for someone giving you a gift and you turn it into a negative, I think is very odd. Obviously, if there's, someone turns around and goes, don't forget, Grace, I gave you that jacket you're wearing right now. I did this for you. Then that's weird, because if people do that. Jenna's not doing that. She's just giving gifts with bags, walking in like that. These people are weird, man. Like, if I got gifts from anyone like that, I would just be so grateful. And the fact that they're all bitching about it, I find it very strange. Very, very strange.
I think it's just, it's a little bit, I don't know. I just think that's like a little bit entitled. I don't get it. And guess what? If Jenna was going out and buying these gifts and bringing them to every single thing, they'd be like, she's so weird, man. Like, she's buying us gifts. Is she trying to buy our friendship? Like, the same could be said in any situation. Just be gracious about it. Like, who gives a shit? Like, you're getting a present.
I know.
Just be nice. Don't be
I
like a
know.
cow. Oh, I don't
know.
know.
It's a
They're,
weird.
they're way too hard on her, and like she'll just slay them all at the end of the day. She doesn't even need to lift a finger, and she's like killing it.
Jessel.
Jessel was my favorite in the recent
Wait,
episode,
what?
apart from
Really?
Jenna. In
No, see,
in the latest episode, she was the only one that like went to her and was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And I
right.
didn't like her at all. But since she was the only one that went up to her and was like, that was kind of weird, she went
Yeah.
up a few notches in my book.
I like Jessel's husband. He cracks me up.
Why are you going to Vietnam?
I go to Vietnam. Why? You buy a bag that's $10,000. Why can't I go to? I don't know why I'm doing that accent. That's just me. Why?
I want to
You
buy
go.
me.
Yeah, it's like, why? I've got a free trip to go to Vietnam. You buy a bag, I don't question you. Why can't I go to Vietnam for 3 days? It's like, and I agree with him. Like, I so agree with him. Like, it's his choice. If he wants to go for a 3-day holiday, but she can go on her holiday for housewives all the time, you go. You go.
I don't know. They made it sound like such a big deal. And I was like, how long is this guy going for? Is he going for 6 months? Like, how long is he going away for? And then when he was like 4 days or whatever, I was like, what's the big deal, guys?
I think she controls them a lot. And now that it's like airing on TV, I think he's just like standing up for himself.
Yeah, maybe.
Which I like.
Yeah, so, power to him.
Yeah, power to him.
I know. I think I would like to see this other side of Jessel that I think maybe we'll see now. Hopefully.
I hope so, because she is quite.
Or unless she's just trying to be friends with Jenna because she knows Jenna's the most popular. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. And she's like, she seems a little bit thirsty. I don't know. She's thirsty. I don't know. I think she's just playing that card, or maybe that's her in real life, where she's quite mean to people. I think she's quite mean to her mum. I think she's quite mean to her husband. I think she's quite mean to her friends. And I think she's very, and you don't know you're like this. And when she watches it back, I think she'll realize this, because you never know how you are till you watch yourself from someone filming you and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know I was like that. I think that's what it'll be for her. I don't think she's a bad person. I just think she's been like, oh, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I knocked my computer.
Oh, I thought it was an earthquake.
Sorry. We don't get earthquakes in Australia. There we are. Sorry. I just think she will, I don't know. She might realize. I think she's a bit mean, and it's not in like a funny way either.
No, time will tell.
No. Yeah, time will tell.
Moving on to the next drop, which is episode 1 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yes.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
I don't know. I know this sounds weird. And even though Jen's gone because she's in jail and she ripped off old people, so she deserves to be in jail, like hands down. I just didn't realize how much she carried that show.
The fact that they had to center like basically half the episode around her.
Correct. Yes. Oh my God, that's so funny you said. I didn't even realize that. Everyone's just talking about Jen. The fact that and it's so funny with casting as well. They brought in the assistant that worked for Jen, whatever her name is, and she's giving all the scope saying she did this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if Jen's not even the show on them more, Jen's probably laughing. She's probably watching it from, I think they can watch TV in jail, because I don't think she's like in a high-end jail. She's like, well, they still laughing at, like, they can't even move on without even talking about it, and they bring in one of her friends as her assistant. So it just shows you how strong Jen was on that show. It does. It does. It really, really does, because they have a choice who they're going to talk about and what they're talking. Hey, we might need to talk about her to carry through this next season.
Yeah. She posted an Instagram story from jail.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it was her, if it's someone on her team, but basically someone posted a story that was basically like the amount of times Salt Lake City mentioned Jen Shah, like they should cut her a check. And she reposted it and she was like, so true. Like, how can you talk about someone this much who's in prison? Like, get over it, basically, which I'm like, true.
Well, maybe if they are talking about her and that makes money, then they should give it to the victims, the elderly people. Maybe that's a positive.
I doubt that they will.
But they can pay off her debt, the debt that she's got, because I feel like if she goes to jail and she pays off her debt, then she should get a second chance because everyone deserves a second
Yeah, well, you
chance.
do the crime, you do the time, hey? Like,
That's
you
your
know,
line. That's your
do
line.
it. Yeah.
But I can't even remember. Like, yeah, the new characters. It's I don't know. Yeah, you go to remind me. I feel
Well,
like not a lot
not a lot
happened.
happened, I have to be honest. I did feel bad for Lisa when she was talking about her son going on the mission and
I
how
felt bad
he
too
didn't tell his mum and dad. And I just thought, like, wow, like that's really
because you could see
intense.
how much she loves her son.
Yes. And
But
I love Lisa. I know that
I know
you
you do.
haven't been a great fan of Lisa,
No, no,
but
no.
I
I
think
wasn't a
that
fan in season 1 and 2, but I do like
yeah,
her now.
but I think that that scene like showed a different side to her because I think people think that like Lisa's very into Lisa, but you can
Yes.
tell that she really loves her family and she really loves John Barlow, of
Yes. And when
course.
she was speaking about her son, you seen the mother come out, not the reality TV star, and you did feel bad for her. And I
Yeah.
guess it's one of those things that, we're not parents now, but we both have mums and we can see how mums like miss the kids. But I think she's just doing it live on TV that, when you do have children, we make decisions we want to make, and he's just chosen to, and she's just got to accept it. And I
Mm.
think she has accepted now, but it really hurt her because I feel like and look, I don't think it's that she doesn't have a close relationship with him. I think it's just
No.
normal where we sometimes hide things from our parents. That's just life. You know what I mean? We don't really tell everything to our parents
No,
besides
of
you,
course
but
not. No. I tell a lot,
I
99%.
know you too. I'm
I
always like,
couldn't
would you
hide
tell
a
that to your mom?
mission.
And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, really? You're telling that about your mom about
Yeah, it must be bad if I haven't told them things, right?
Yes, I know.
um,
So don't worry. He hasn't done anything bad. But Chris Jenner.
as far as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Salt Lake was a little bit, yeah, uneventful. I'll be interested to see what happens between Whitney and
Is this
Heather.
season 3?
4,
Yeah, see, that's still young, isn't it? Like
very young.
I feel like if this season it doesn't go well, I think it would be cancelled after this.
Yeah, I think it's going to go well after the ex-assistant saying like I know all these deep dark secrets or
Mm,
whatever. And I'm just like, okay, you're obviously going to expose them because you brought them up so early in the season. Um,
yeah.
like come on,
What's
tell
Whitney's cousin's name? I got a mind blank.
Heather.
Heather, I'm glad she's going successful, bought that beautiful brand new house and, single
Yeah.
mom with all those kids.
Oh
And I
yeah,
like
we'll
Heather.
see about her. Yeah.
Uh, uh, uh,
You know, we'll see. Time will tell, right? It's too
are you
early
not
to
a Heather
judge.
fan?
I'm not a great one, no.
Right. Do you think her and Jen had sexual relations?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you
No.
think Jen gave her the black eye
No,
by accident? I
what
did.
I think happened in that was Heather was really, 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 really drunk. I think Jen was probably there. And I
Mm,
think Heather doesn't remember. And I also think Heather needed a really good storyline that season to somehow make her look okay. She'd been sort of tied up in a few bad storylines where she looked a little bit mean.
mm,
And this was a really good storyline for her to be like a little bit of a victim and like, what the hell happened to me? I think she was
mm,
drunk. I think she fell over. I think she hit herself, gave herself a black eye, and thought this is a great opportunity for a storyline. Which you
mm.
can't blame her if that's the case. Like she's on a reality show. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, right?
Yeah, that's all I got to say about Salt Lake City. I
Mm.
watched and I don't even remember what
And
happened.
I've got so much to say about Orange County. I've
Yeah,
got
thank God Orange
so
County's
much
back.
to
Hey,
say. Oh,
went
so
went
good this
downhill, but
season.
it's so good. You're so
It's
right.
so good.
So, all right, you start
Okay,
it
are you
then.
ready? Oh my God. Okay, I've loved Shannon Bedore for a very long time.
I love her too.
I've been a big Shannon Bedore supporter.
Same.
And I will say that when Heather first came on OC, because you jumped in sort of in the later seasons, I've watched it since season 1 when it was like,
Yep.
whoa.
Yep.
I didn't love Heather in the beginning. And now Heather is my favorite. I'm going to say she's in my top 5 favorite housewives ever. I'm going really far
That's a
with
big call
this.
for you because you love your
I
housewives. I
love
like
my
Heather Dubrow.
housewives. I love Heather Dubrow. These girls need
Mm.
to cut it I don't know whether it's because she's just so rich that they're like, let's just go for this girl.
True.
But
People are jealous of that when you're selling your house for $59 million US.
yeah, but look, I do feel bad for Shannon, but I do believe that when she drinks, she talks.
Mm.
I think if Shannon looked within herself, she could probably also see that. I don't think Heather is talking all this shit. I think that people bring it up and then Heather says, oh, yeah, but like, I'm not saying anything about that. And then somehow they tie her into this because they're going for this gang up mentality. Tamara's thirsty. Tamara's just like desperate to get a word in, like whatever she says. Like she doesn't give a shit. And I think that they all look at Heather and they're like, fuck, like this girl is so rich. Like she's going to start acting again, and she's at the point in her life where she's like, I don't need to struggle for a job, like I want to act again, like let's see where it goes, let's see where it takes me, like put
Mm.
myself out there, which no matter how much money you have to put yourself out there at some stage, and it's going to be like vulnerable.
And people don't
And
realize how much you film for reality TV, especially for Housewives 6 months.
yeah,
It's a lot of hard work. And the money that she's getting from it is nothing for her for how much her and her husband have. That's what people have got to
nothing.
realize. It's a
Yeah,
lot of what this isn't easy. This is 6 months worth of filming every day. And they're busy people, man. Like they are busy. Like her and her husband are busy people. You know, he's
yes,
a freaking doctor. He's got his botched reality TV show. Like they're, yeah. You
they're
know,
full
she's got,
on.
yeah.
And when they say to her, and this is my final point on like Heather Dubrow, because I think she's grown so much. Because if you watched her when she first came on the show, she was incredibly pretentious, which is why I didn't like her. And I was just like, you're
Mm.
gross, you're annoying, and you're gross. But now I think that, and whether she was just getting a really shocking edit in the early days, I don't know. Like that could also be a factor.
Mm.
But I think she's grown a lot to the point now where she is right that if she does have something go right in her life, they're like, you're just bragging because you've got all this money and you've got all this stuff. Well, like, what? Something good can't happen to you just because you're like a multimillionaire and
I
you can't
agree.
share it with your friends anymore because now it's like bragging about how much money you've got. Like, let someone be happy. It's not like
And if
she's
she didn't,
begrudging you for your new businesses or your new yoga studio or whatever the hell you're doing with your gym or your podcast or whatever. Like, get over it.
and if she didn't tell them how much the house is sold for, it's actually none of their business if she didn't tell them. And you're right. If she told them, she's bragging. If she didn't tell them, you're a shit friend for not telling them. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I've always liked Heather. I told you, for me, if I was looking for someone who's an American woman from the 90s, I'd open up the dictionary or whatever the booklet is, and it would be Heather Dubrow. The
A photo
name
of
Heather
Heather.
Dubrow, the way she
So
talks, her
good.
diction, her vocabulary, it's amazing. She looks American. Dude, she's been iconic shows like Married with Children and stuff. So when they go on about
Yeah.
like, she's one show person in IMDb and all these things like that, I'm sorry. She's been in iconic things like Married with Children. My dad loves that show like
And how
religiously.
many people go through life? And I'm not saying this as a diss to actors. I'm just saying it as just like straight fact that you and I have both acted. You and I both know what it's like. That like to think to get a guest role or even like a series regular, even if it's a minor character on a show like
Biggest
that, and
achievement.
that be your only IMDb credit, like I'd die happy.
Correct. And I'd be
Like,
like, well, what have you done? Who are you?
yeah,
What have you done? At
exactly.
least
Who
I'm
are
getting out
you?
there.
Yeah,
Who are you? At least I'm
exactly.
getting out. I'm Heather Dubrow.
Yeah.
Like,
When I watched them when they went to the house to say goodbye to the house, and he was like, I was just watching them and I was like, oh my God, I'd love this to be my life. When Terry's like, oh, we don't have any glasses. She's like, I don't care. And she's drinking like the Dom from the bottle. And then they're like dancing. And she's like, where are we going next, baby? And he's like, I don't care as long as it's in a private jet. I'm just like,
and you know what? Good. And look, when people say this,
slay.
like you're watching these shows for a reason. You're going into a fantasy of seeing how people who are billionaires, millionaires, how they live. So if it shows them going on a private jet, eating fancy cheese and things like that. Let them be, because you are watching this show to see how these people live. It's like how I watch YouTube and I
Yeah,
watch First Class on Emirates and they have showers. I haven't been
exactly.
first class on Emirates. I want to have a shower on a plane. So it's the same thing. People watch reality. So
It's
stop.
manifesting.
Yes, it's
That's how I look
manifesting.
at it.
So
And also,
now,
you'll never get back in life if you're not happy for others. You're not getting a tenth of that back. You
I
need to
agree.
be
And how
happy
much
for
am I happy
yourself.
for others? I'm so happy for people around me and my
You
friends and
are.
family. I'm a
You are
big
not. You're not like the Real Housewives of Orange County.
no. I'm not like any housewives. I don't
Hey,
think.
can I just quickly ask you about this? What are your thoughts on Jen's boyfriend,
Jen on
Ryan?
Housewives of OC.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like to say things negative because I don't know them in real life, but the biggest thing for me, he reminds me of someone in Sydney that goes to the Ivy. His fashion is so bad,
I knew
like
you were going to
beyond
say that. That's why I
so
asked.
bad. The jackets, the leopard, and look at me. I'm just, I'm not a fashion person. I'm not saying like bad fashion,
You
but
look
it's like
good.
it's kind of like he's a type of guy that would wear like a Von Dutch hat or something like that. Like it's just really weird. And the fact that we think that and the viewers think that and everyone on the show thinks that, but you know what? Each to their own, because it's like that's what he likes. So that's how I look at it. If that's him, let him wear that. But it is really,
Mm-hmm.
really bad fashion. If he was one of my friends, if we lived in the OC and he was one of our friends and stuff like that, I would get used to it. But it would turn into a thing like, "What are you wearing today?" Oh, I like that. I like that. Like, you know what I mean? It would be
Yeah.
turned into a positive. It would be
He
turned into a
looks
positive.
like
I
he
would,
looks like himself.
yeah. I don't know the story of like why she left her family and all these things. We don't know. We only get what we on the reality TV. But it's very odd. It's very odd.
It's really funny. The mum was so tough
I
on him when she
know.
was like, "Oh, Will was such a good husband." I was like, "Oh, shots
Ah, his fashion.
fired."
His fashion is bad. I like Jen. I don't know much about her yet. I think she's with him. She's maybe in love. Tamara's saying he's fucked everyone. And I totally get that. If you were with someone and I knew that person was fucking everyone of like our groups of friends and stuff, I'd be a little bit concerned. And if
Do you
they're
think
known for a
Tamara's
cheater
just
and stuff
shit
like that,
stirring? Do you think Tamara's like saying it on camera though to shit stir,
I
not
think she
because she
genuinely
actually
cares.
cares?
No, I think she cares about her friend and she's saying it. If you're known for that, I've been, as you know, I've been to the OC a lot. What?
Have you been to the deck?
I think so. Yes, I have. It's a rooftop. I've been to the deck. So one of my best friends, Reese, Mama Bell, his mum, Rachel, his sister. His mum's like my second mum. She actually listens to a podcast. So let's give a shout
Oh,
out to
shout
her.
out.
Mama Bell, Rachel, Reese, what's up?
Love
She
you,
loves
Mama
Housewives. We
Bell.
love you, Mama Bell. And anyway, they live in the OC, so I have been to those places and stuff. So the OC is like so when they go to like Dana Point and things like that, it's not as big as you think. Like it's kind of like Bondi, a little bit bigger, but kind of like very beachy, small. You see the big homes and like the hills and stuff. So I've kind
Yeah.
of been there and I've seen it. So him being known for that, like and my friend Reese said as well, like when one of his friends' mums used to be on the show, actually. I'll find out which
Who?
housewife it was.
Who?
I'll find out who it
Who?
is. Oh, I don't know, but I'll find out for you. He goes, oh, my friend's mum used to be on that
Please,
show. It was
please get
so
me a
annoying.
name. Please get me a
Yes, I'll get a
name.
name. And I'll tell you who it was. So,
Oh my God, if it's Tammy Knickerbocker, oh,
I don't know who it is,
I'm
but I'll
gonna,
find out.
oh, oh my
Do
God,
you know
this is
who I
so
found?
exciting.
Do you know who I found out really funny on the OC actually?
Who?
They not on the show anymore. I found the husband really funny. The one that had like 11 kids. The mum she had the crazy mum that was a doctor and she had like weird things in her hair and she was like hippie.
Oh,
And she left her
no,
husband for a
no,
female. What's her
no,
name?
no, Bronwyn or
Yeah,
Breen
but her
or,
husband's so hilarious with the
mm,
necklace.
mm-mm. You
It's so
should, no, no, you should watch it from season one and then you'll see
no, but I'm
funny.
just saying I found them entertaining. Like I found them
Yeah,
entertaining.
I'm so glad that they've like they're
I
so
like
much
Nikki's
better off
daughter.
now. Yeah, of course.
Do you know who I should say not like because I don't know them personally, but
It's okay. It's
what's the
people.
one's name that she's just changed her accent. It's really weird. She sounds
Gina,
like yes,
she's
she's
something
just
else.
I don't know, something happened. Like I've seen her when she first started and she was real. Now it's like I'm on a reality show. This is me. I'm trying to dress up like I'm on Beverly Hills Housewives. She's changed her accent persona and I don't know, it's kind of like she's very It's like she thinks before she talks and not just being natural on reality TV. Like everything's just thought out and it just comes off like that. Like, yep, we're filming. We're at a cafe now with Ike's. No, what I think about you, Grace, is like it's just like
I
annoying. I
think
like her friend.
she's trying to
I
play the
like her best friend,
game, but she's
Shane's
not.
wife. What's her
I
name?
love
I like her.
Shane.
I love
Emily.
Shane. I know you love
Emily.
Shane. You have a soft spot for Shane.
Emily was a bit rogue this episode, though.
Yeah, I think she's like, I like Emily. She's just, her and her husband just crack me up. I think they come as a package.
Yeah, Gina's trying to play the game, but I don't think Gina's like. I don't mean this in a mean way, but I don't think Gina's good enough to play it off like she's not playing the game. Do you know what I mean? Like you can tell that she's trying to angle things. I think the same goes for Tamra, but I don't think Tamra cares that everyone knows that she's just there to shit stir. Like I think Tamra's like, yeah, that's my job.
I feel sorry for I really like Gina's boyfriend. I think he's really nice, but I feel bad for him in the latest episode. Who's the one that said the rumor, like, he's known for having a small penis? What the fuck? You don't say that on. Okay, was it Shannon that said that?
Well, Shannon said it, but I think Shannon said it off camera or when they weren't filming, and then Tamra brought it up at the lunch, which is why I'm like, Tamra.
Okay, so that's not bad by Shannon then, because that's just gossip, but it's not on camera. Yeah, that's not nice to say. So, because yes, he's on the show, but
what's the point of bringing that up?
There's no point. You've just, even if it's true or not true, you've just shamed someone like on international TV. Like it's just petty. There's nowhere for that to go. That's just an awful thing. But him being a male, you'd just be like, what? Like, I can't believe that's just on World News. Like, yes, I'm on a reality show. I'm not even on the show. I'm just dating someone that's on the show, and that's got nothing to do with me. And you're bringing my penis into it. Yeah. Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope he's got a massive penis and he's just laughing in front of them. He should just flop it out in front of bloody Shannon.
Yeah, he should.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, bitch. The tequila's kicked in.
That's such a good place to end this episode, actually.
Was that? Wait, is there not another? What else is on air? Is that it for Housewives?
Is Atlanta on? I don't watch Atlanta though.
I watch Atlanta, but it's ready. It's up to the thing where they talk with Andy.
Yeah, I think Atlanta's been such a non-event.
Have we left one out? I think, is that all that's on air at the moment?
That's all.
Yeah, right.
End off.
That's it. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Housewives of Sydney starts soon.
I know.
Yeah, for people in Australia, that's listening
Should I
to this,
try and mingle with them and try and get on?
Yes, I could. I think you'd be a great housewife.
So would I.
Yeah.
I think I would be. I don't know if I would be. I think I've got it.
I don't know if you could handle the drama though. You're not really you don't really like drama.
I don't, but I think I could be the housewife that handles the drama but doesn't really like.
One of my friends said, I don't like drama, Sonny, but I love other people's drama.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a really
I don't
good
like
point,
drama
actually.
in my life, but I love other people's drama. I love. Yeah. That's how she said it.
True. I won't say who the person is. No, don't tell me. Tell me after.
Well, we don't need to name them out. But yeah.
Anyway, thanks everybody for listening to our first Bravo recap. We hope you enjoyed.
Yes, thank you. We'll be doing these of bonus episodes because our show is going to BravoCon. So we'll be doing our normal episodes on Tuesday, and then every week we just drop a Bravo recap. But yeah, thank you so much. Peace out. Give us a like. Send us questions, feelingitthetequila@gmail.com, or follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and all that jazz. Or give us a like, or even give us a thumbs up on Spotify or
rating.
Apple Podcast. It's not thumbs up, but 5
star.
Okay.
Okay. Bye guys.
Bye.